Hello everyone. Welcome to this channel Jikook universe. In this video we will discuss something interesting and definitely a shame to miss. Come on, watch until the end. Recently, several recent photos of Jimin have been circulating widely on social media. One of them immediately caught the attention and sparked a heated discussion among fans. In the photo, someone captured a small detail on Jimin's body, a faint reddish mark that to many looked like a hickey. While not very obvious, upon closer inspection the mark was indeed there. For fans who have long followed Jimin and Jungkook, this kind of sight is nothing new. Intimate moments between them have surfaced repeatedly, sometimes in the form of simple, barely noticeable gestures, but still leaving a lasting impression on anyone with a keen eye. In fact, such marks have appeared more than once in photos or public events, and somehow they often coincide with periods when they are seen spending time together. Of course, some people have tried to deflect attention, claiming that the mark might be due to Jimin's sensitive skin or that the redness is due to other reasons. However, to many fans, this explanation sounds like an attempt to cover up something that is actually obvious, especially when it comes from someone who has denied Jimin and Jungkook's closeness from the start. What makes this even more interesting is not just the presence of the sign, but also the context in which it appears. Lately, Jimin and Jungkook have been seen spending a lot of time together. In fact, the second season of Are You Sure? Has finished filming, a highly anticipated project that gives fans a chance to see more of their interactions. The first season was enough to show that their relationship has a distinct quality. The way they look at each other, talk, and understand each other without words is clear evidence of their undeniable chemistry. For those willing to look with an open heart, it's not hard to find evidence of this warm connection. Jungkook has a distinctive way of smiling at Jimin, a smile that feels softer and more genuine. Jimin's body language also changes when he's around Jungkook. He tends to relax, lean in, and seem to find a safe haven. A relationship like this doesn't need official confirmation, because ultimately genuine feelings are easier to feel than to prove. Recently, a fan claimed to have seen the two riding a motorcycle together a few weeks ago. According to him, the motorcycle looked similar to the one they rode in Are You Sure? He immediately recognized Jungkook, though he initially doubted whether Jimin was there. However, the longer he observed him, the more certain he became. The two were reportedly wearing matching black and white outfits, a signature style that often led fans to comment that they looked like two pieces of a puzzle that complemented each other. While there was no photographic evidence of the incident, a story like this wasn't surprising. This wasn't the first time Jimin and Jungkook had shared private moments away from the camera. Whether it was a motorcycle ride, a casual stroll, or simply sitting together, their time together always felt natural. What made it even more special was their shared history. They had been through so much together, working on the same projects, performing on the same stage, even serving 18 months of mandatory military service side by side. These experiences not only strengthened their professional relationship but also deepened their personal connection. Of course, amidst all this, there were always those who tried to distort the story, linking Jungkook to someone else or creating a different narrative. However, their track record told a different story. From their 2 seasons of Are You Sure? To their everyday interactions, Jimin and Jungkook always seemed to choose each other. Their relationship wasn't built on empty rumors. It was shaped by years of togetherness, memorable photos, laugh-filled live broadcasts, and even their own candid comments. They understood each other even in silence, drew closer even without prolonged eye contact, and sought each other out even in crowds. If you pay attention, there's a secret language only the two of them understand, one that requires no words. Every glance, brief touch, or small smile tells a story unseen by outsiders. This connection isn't just physical but also emotional. They know when to lean in, when to give space, and when silence is the greatest form of support. Despite frequent attempts to disguise or downplay this closeness, time is not a lie. They've grown together, gone through many life stages, and established a stable emotional routine. There's no over-the-top drama, no need to show off, just the comfort that comes from knowing each other inside and out. That's why, despite rumors and comments trying to separate them, Jimin and Jungkook remain together. They don't need public validation. Their connection speaks through the little things. A well-timed smile, a knowing look, or simply being there at important moments. And ultimately, perhaps this is what makes some people uncomfortable. That despite all the speculation, they continue to choose each other. Year after year, step by step, they prove that a relationship built on mutual trust and true affection is unbreakable. No matter what anyone says, Jimin and Jungkook continue to walk side by side, with a story that only the two of them know the whole story. One thing that always makes Jimin and Jungkook's story fascinating is how the small, seemingly insignificant moments become the most powerful clues to their closeness. There's never a big announcement, no direct declaration. Yet the pieces of events, when put together, form a picture that's hard to ignore. Take the reddish mark that appeared in Jimin's recent photo. To some, it might be just a trivial detail. But to observant fans, the mark is like a puzzle piece that completes a series of previous moments. They remember every time a similar mark appears. After a shared schedule, after filming a particular project, or after the two seem to disappear from the public radar for a few days. The pattern is consistent. And in this world of speculation, patterns are everything. Then there's the story of that motorcycle. No official cameras, no public documentation. Just the testimony of a passing fan who recognized the familiar silhouette, body posture, and gestures. In the entertainment world, moments like this are rare, as most idol interactions occur in front of the camera. However, when Jimin and Jungkook choose to go out together without a crew, without a stage, it gives the impression that they just want to be two ordinary people enjoying each other's company. Interestingly, the story makes even more sense when connected to the project, Are You Sure? On the show, the two are seen riding together several times, laughing in the wind, sharing casual comments, and sometimes just silently enjoying the ride. Scenes like these aren't just entertainment. For fans, they're a window into their true dynamic. And if they're indeed riding motorcycles again in real life, it's as if they're reliving the memories they've carved out on screen. For those who pay close attention, their body language is more powerful evidence than words. Jungkook always reflexively positions his body slightly toward Jimin, as if subconsciously wanting to protect them. Jimin often lingers on Jungkook's gaze longer than on anyone else. This kind of interaction can't be staged for the camera. It's the result of habit, a sense of security, a long history. However, not everyone is comfortable with this narrative. Some try to shift the focus, create a different story, or associate them with different people. Perhaps it's because it's hard to accept that two people they watched grow in the industry actually formed such a close relationship outside the spotlight. But history can't be erased. From their debut to the present, from the world stage to the quiet moments between busy schedules, these two have always found their way back to each other. In fact, a relationship that transcends military service together is a rare one. For those 18 months, they shared the same routine, endured tough days away from the glamour of the stage, and were each other's only familiar faces amidst a new, challenging environment. This kind of relationship endures not only out of convenience, but also because of a choice made repeatedly every day, to remain by each other's side. And herein lies the beauty of this story. No one knows for sure what conversations they shared on those quiet nights after long schedules. No one knows what inside jokes made them laugh before the words were even spoken. But we see the results. A sense of comfort, trust, and a connection so deep that it requires no public explanation. What makes it even more mysterious is how they always leave little gaps for fans to fill in the story. Faint marks in photos. Brief eyewitness accounts. Snippets of interactions on live streams. Never enough to constitute official proof, but enough to make anyone following their journey feel like they're piecing together clues in a larger, unfolding story. And perhaps that's what makes Jimin and Jungkook's relationship so captivating. They're not just two idols who happen to know each other. They're two figures who, without needing many words, have built their own world. A world sometimes obvious, sometimes only felt. A world that continues to unfold, regardless of who tries to understand it. Thank you for accompanying the sweet story of Jimin and Jungkook today. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss their next special moment. See you in the next video, Jikookers.